I was thinking like it's the same as the guy that played David Schwimmer. Like you can't see him without thinking Ross. Like,
yeah, he was pretty good in the OJ thing. I thought he was.
Oh, he actually did really good in that.
Yeah, he was really good at playing Robert Kardashian. He looks really sad the whole time and just goes like, "Juice, come on."
Yeah,
we love you, Juice. We're trying to help you.
I guess the way to like de-Ross him is make him look so unlike himself to the point that he looks like he's in a different decade. Like the slicked back hair helped a lot. Yeah.
Those weird like 90s like fish ties that it's like, no, serious people wore these. Like,
yeah. But him and Band of Brothers, I was like, no, come on. You cannot have Ross as a military guy.
There's just guys getting blown away left and right. It's like, so no one told you life was gonna be this way.
They're like, what do we do, Sergeant? He's like, pivot.
God has gone on vacation. God's been gone for so long. God has gone on vacation. Will he be coming back? 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 God been incarcerated. Can't afford to post bail.
Welcome to the Big Hollywood Table Read, the most famous podcast this side of Hollywood, Massachusetts. This is a podcast, of course, where our guests and our friends and our co-hosts cold read sketches they have never seen before for the very first time live into a microphone. It's very brave and very foolish of them. As always, I'm your host, Tom, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Caitlin. Say hi, Caitlin.
Hello.
And as always, we are under the spiteful and watchful gaze of Hollywood's most vindictive executive, John Farrell. How you doing, John?
Beautiful. I believe we're 40 stories up today.
Yeah. We're actually we got off the studio lot and we're in our company skyscraper.
We're at Burbank. Yeah.
Yeah. The tallest building in Burbank, Massachusetts. And with us again is Hollywood superstar Zack Stewart. Welcome back, Zack.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm excited to be in the office, ready to pitch.
Yeah.
I've been on location a couple times.
Yeah, this is we're doing things a little bit different today. We're in our office of our studio, and we have our beat board, and we have our various pages who are like nephews of. I think we have like Hugh Jackman's nephew locked in a closet right now. We're just putting him through the humiliation rituals. What other nephews do we have in the building right now, John?
We have sorry.
No,
you got it. Yeah.
I was going to say Patrick Schwarzenegger's cousin. So
right.
Or the other brother.
Yeah. The one they don't talk to.
Yeah.
This building is crawling with Schwarzenegger nephews.
The Schwarzenegger brothers are truly like the other one who unfortunately I can't remember his name. I feel so bad, but it's basically like Patrick's like tether.
Yeah, we're not letting him out of that closet until he agrees to give us the rights to tell his side of the story.
I saw one thing, and it was like a insane men's like rights post that was just like, "This is the son who was raised by the mother, and he is a fat slovenly." Like that. The only thing I saw was that this kid is a piece of shit brother because he was raised by the mother. Is he actually a piece of shit?
No. I mean, he's just not
he's
the
just
success.
fat?
He's just not currently the successful one. Is all.
Yeah.
Well, who cares?
I'm
No, I
rooting
know,
for
yeah.
that part. Actually.
Yeah.
I'm going for fat brother in the Arnold Schwarzenegger story.
No one should care. That's the problem, is that people do care.
Right. Okay, so everyone is a piece of shit. That's good.
My boyfriend does musical theater, and he actually does musical theater with Chris Evans' sister.
Oh yeah, because he's from Mass.
Yeah, and she's super talented. She's really nice. But like, I'll go to the show and they're like, "Thank you to all of our sponsors," and they like go through and they're like, "And Chris Evans," and I'm like, "What?" And like once a season he comes to one of the shows, and like Anthony, like they never tell beforehand. So I'm like, I've never gotten to see him, and I'm like, "Is Chris Evans coming to this one?" And they're like, and he's like, "No," and then he's like, "He's at this one." I'm like, "Is it too late for me to go?" But he like immediately like beelines out. Like Anthony's like, "I've never talked to him." Like,
I
whatever.
bet.
Oh.
But
Miles Teller's sister does stand up.
really,
Is she the talented one? Because I fucking hate Miles Teller.
What is he? I mean, I just see him as kind of like milquetoast. Like, is he bad?
I think he's bad. I don't know.
Oh, but he's in Whiplash. That's why you hate him.
He's in the movie I hate the most. Yeah.
Wait, but
I can't stand Whiplash.
You hate drumming.
Yeah. I hate the rhythm section.
do you hate J.K. Simmons because of that?
No, and that's what I mean is like J.K. Simmons I think is good in other stuff, and Miles Teller might be good in something I haven't seen. But Miles Teller's whole try hard, like I'm so intense, he's like I'm clenching my ass cheeks. That's his whole like acting style is to just like have a vein popping out of his head, and I'm just like I don't buy it. He's just being intense. That's different than acting.
I was confused. Joining us in the studio in the closet is Miles' brother. Penn Teller.
A magician.
I was like, Tom really hates that fucking silent magician.
He doesn't talk. What's he hiding?
He can talk. I've seen him.
I was like, is he mean to the big one? What's happening?
I hate Teller. I hate Silent Bob. I hate Gumby.
I hate the guy from that Who song.
Tommy.
The Pinball Wizard.
Oh, yeah, I hate the Pinball Wizard. Dumb is another way to say that your
that
lips
kid's
are
not
sealed.
fucking blind. Yeah.
Let's do the first sketch. What a chaotic way to start. Whiplash does suck, but maybe I'm wrong. It's also just like another example of a movie. Whiplash is just a movie where everyone's like, I need to become the best jazz drummer in Chicago. I'm like, when did anyone need to become that in the past 70 years? Like,
I think they should have taken the intensity of Whiplash and matched it with La La Land. And Emma Stone is the drummer.
oh,
Ooh.
okay.
And she's like, and she does the audition song, like she leapt.
Yeah.
I think because that movie is too whimsical.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Whiplash is too intense. It's just like, let's meet in the middle.
Also, I will say J.K. Simmons throws a symbol at Emma Stone's head.
I'd watch that.
Her hands are bleeding. Yeah.
And then she does like the dance, like on top of the cars.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're wrong.
there's a great movie, I'm blanking on the title, where J.K. Simmons, every day of his life, he's living like a Groundhog Day situation, and every day of his life, he's hunting down Andy Samberg.
Palm Springs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so
Oh,
good.
wow. I thought you say every single day he needs pictures of Spider-Man.
No, that's Oz.
All right, first sketch. Here we go. Doctor's visit. We are going to have Caitlin, you play medical assistant. John, you play patient. And Zack, you play doctor. The doctor's office, the DMV of the body, or the automotive repair shop of the body, depending on your sense of scale. A middle-aged patient is escorted into an exam room by an energetic, peppy medical assistant.
Okay, Dr. Franklin will be in momentarily. Right now, I just need to get some vitals.
Sure thing. Should I sit down?
Medical assistant immediately starts writing in their Microsoft Playbook tablet, powered by the Intel Quad Pentium processor.
You feel like sitting down?
No, I was asking a question.
So you're questioning.
Why are you writing all this down?
Reason for visit, trouble reading.
I came from my yearly physical.
Obsessed with his body.
Okay, I'd like to see the doctor now.
Newsflash, asshole. Dr. Franklin has been waiting in the hallway this whole time.
Dr. Franklin dramatically strolls into the examination room. He's tall as hell and hits a casual slam dunk on his way in.
Hey, how's everyone here doing?
Were you in the hallway the whole time?
Everywhere is a hallway if you think about it.
Listen to the man. He got a PhD in science.
Why are you using that computer so much?
It's a tablet, sir, and it's used as a writing instrument.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's also no regular tablet.
Don't care.
Open and say, "Aww."
Doctor confusingly sticks his fingers in patient's ears. Patient slaps his hands away while medical assistant continues the verbal assault.
This is the Microsoft Playbook tablet, and it's powered by the Intel Quad Pentium processor, you idiot.
Yeah, it's a registered trademark.
Stop
Okay,
telling me.
Kermit.
Stop telling me about the fucking computer and get your goddamn hands out of my ears. What the hell, Doc?
I need to check your earwax situation. This is pretty good.
Is that usually the first test?
Why? Are you stealing my methods?
Doctor grabs patient by the lapels of his really nice coat. It's a Columbia brand, but patient got it off the clearance rack.
Who sent you? Dr. Soprano or Dr. Ziti?
Nobody sent me. I found you on a website. But why are all your enemies Italian?
Don't play dumb with us.
Yeah. Have you talked to these guys? They're insufferable with the pasta and the family stuff.
Okay, fair. Stupid question. But I just came here for a physical.
Doctor steps back and looks at patient through a small telescope.
I see now. You're definitely going to need some gene therapy, maybe a plasma transfusion.
What's with the telescope? Is this whole thing some kind of prank?
Listen, buddy, we got security here, and most of them do CrossFit.
I bet they only claim to do CrossFit, like they're members, but they're actually injured most of the time and kind of dumb.
That's the whole thing with doing CrossFit.
Can I be honest with both of you?
Are you not a real doctor?
I am a real doctor. Classically trained and highly awarded. I also play the clarinet. But I'm bored with my craft and need to be challenged.
Yeah, that's what he needs. Show some respect.
Why don't you do, I don't know, medical research, I guess?
That's beneath me. Researchers don't get laid. Doctors do.
Also, you've been rude since you got here.
I just wanted a physical.
Well, if you leave us a bad review on whatever stupid fucking website...
It was Web Health Portal, the one from my job.
Shut up! If you give us a negative review on whatever version of TripAdvisor they have...
Yeah, medical version of TripAdvisor.
It's a Web Health Portal.
Yeah, who gives a shit? If you say anything bad about us, we'll tell everyone you have a weird dick.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we'll make it clear to everyone that your dick is abnormal in ways that are both vague but clearly bad.
You can't do that. That violates like 100 laws. And also, you've never seen my dick.
Who gives a shit? The most important thing is my art, which is my medical practice in this case.
Why is that art?
I need to be performative and weird about how I practice medicine.
Listen, if you don't play along with us, we'll give your dick a 0-star review on penises.net.
You wouldn't.
Son, this business matters more than any individual's genital reputation.
My dick is normal.
And that's how John, Weird Dick Quincy Adams, ended up being history's biggest loser. Okay. That's right. It was that guy the whole time. Fiend, scene, snaps all around. John, Weird Dick Quincy Adams.
And the twist was the doctor was a woman.
And also
a
his mother.
You clearly on the drive over here were like, maybe this will be a voice I do.
Yeah. Been practicing his Kermit.
No, but it was like Kermit, but it started as Pee Wee Herman, and then it was like Jar Jar Binks.
And then it was like Stitch for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then there was some Midwest in there for it was just like, oh,
it was like bad. Well, I listened to the last episode that I did, and I go, I think the funniest part is when you try to do a voice and then it fails.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I got to really swing big on the first one.
Yeah.
The next 5 sketches, I'll just be a gay guy.
Yeah, Rob Green had a good line. He said about this show, but podcasts in general. He was like, I like a podcast where there's like a goal, but then they fail to do the goal. And I was like, well, you'll fucking love this podcast.
This is a great podcast by those standards.
You ever look at a mountain and say, I'm going to climb that, and then just fall flat in your face? This is like an hour of that.
The closest experience I've had at the doctor to this sketch is I went to the doctor one time, and I was like, yeah, I've been having these weird like chest pains here and there. And my doctor went, I wonder why. And I was like, that's your job, is to know why. You can't say I wonder why. You're the doctor.
Do you get a sense that like he was being funny, or
No, I don't think so. Because he left the room, and he was like he was one of those doctors that's like, he's kooky. He's like, before, people would say that they're on the spectrum. Like, they'd be like, yeah, he's weird, but he's like a genius. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, he left the room, and I like turned to the nurse. I was like, was he being like sarcastic? And she was like, no, he's probably gonna like think about it and then send me an email at 2 a.m. about it.
I just realized because I love history so much that like I realize every figure in history when they're like, he was highly eccentric, I was like, oh fuck, all those guys were autistic.
Yeah.
Just now I realized that. I was like, oh, Thomas Jefferson was autistic.
Yeah, he was a funny guy. Apparently he would come into the office like limping randomly, and they'd be like, what's going on? He's like, I tried playing basketball.
Like for the first time?
First time, yeah. Try to slam dunk.
He was like he was like very like he was always like pushing exercise, which obviously is good, but like he's like I gotta exercise too. So he was like constantly apparently trying to find like hobbies he could get into to get extra exercise, because he's like, if I'm gonna push it on my patients, I have to also exercise.
So he's just out there getting posted up, and he's like, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. And he's gonna,
He finally landed on cycling.
okay. That's
That
better for an
tracks.
old guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say his personality does seem like he puts it on every morning. Like he's like, he watches House and he's like, if I want my own TV show as a doctor, I gotta be a little weird.
I need a cane.
Yeah, I gotta come in with a limp. It's fake.
Gotta be a little kooky with it.
That's what they teach you in medical school.
Yeah.
How to be kooky.
Let's do the next sketch. Let's do the... Oh, boy.
Oh,
Look at this
geez.
one. We have a Rob Crean original. Okay, so it's a two-hander. Kaylin, you're going to play David. Zack, you're going to play Dracula, the main man. And, we'll get this started. Dracula is alone in his apartment. He nervously neatens and rearranges the space. He speaks to himself, clearly rehearsing.
Welcome to my humble abode. No? Are you ready for an interview? This is gonna be rough. With a vampire? But this time for real? No, that's stupid.
Dracula looks at his watch, shrugs, and is immediately startled by the sound of the doorbell. He composes himself and answers the door, revealing journalist and writer David Lippman.
Good eve. Hello. Hi. Hey.
Dracula. The Italian Dracula hugs David, who is a little surprised but hides it well.
Oh, it's great to finally meet you. It's a real thrill to be here, your lordship.
Please, we're in America. Call me Vlad.
Vlad, great.
David sits on the couch, takes out a tape recorder, and shows it to Dracula, who gives a thumbs up.
So basically, we talk, you record me, you go back, put the book together. And I get credit for writing it.
That's right. And I get the credit of with David Lippman.
Of course, I need to start by saying I loved your Ashton Kutcher autobiography. You made him come off so well.
That's all, Ashton, honestly. If it's all right with you, I'd love to jump straight in.
Great. To start with, do you know I played violin as a boy?
I didn't, but actually, my process is not so much recording a life chronologically. I always start with some of the bigger topics.
Oh, I like that. Do you want to know about my relationship with Charlize Theron?
I'd actually love to start with the blood thing, mostly about how you drink blood.
Oh, yeah. I guess. I'm just thinking, like, is that the thing people really care about?
Yes, maybe the biggest thing, actually. It's huge.
Sure. I was just thinking blood is such a, like, yuck thing, you know? Like, I don't think most folks want to hear about blood. Some people faint if you even bring it up.
In our emails, you said you were willing to talk about difficult issues.
And I am. I mean, that's what's up with the Romanian aristocracy. Seems pretty outdated, right? Come on, it's the 21st century.
Yeah, I just Googled it, and Romania no longer has an aristocracy. It hasn't since World War II.
Easy for you to say. You have the internet.
David, clearly uncomfortable, starts to pull his things together.
Look, maybe this isn't going to work. I'm sorry to have wasted your time.
Wait. I'm sorry. We can talk about the blood. It's fine. Just, it's personal and embarrassing.
How so? You're going to have to open up for this to work.
David locks back in, recorder rolling, questions flowing like wine or piss.
I mean, it's really just a simple blood disorder. Basically a severe form of anemia.
So you don't gain power, immortality, or eternal youth from draining humans of their plasma?
Eternal youth? Mr. Lippman, are you trying to seduce me? Seriously, though, I work hard to look good, but eternal youth is an overstatement.
What about the claims that you can use your mind to make people into obedient slaves?
Whoa.
That is a pretty loaded word. I mean, there is an awful history of brutality this country is still grappling with.
Wow, that's a lot of nuance. How would you describe your hold over people?
I'm charismatic. I can convince people to see things my way, but that's just honestly like being a good politician.
Do you consider yourself a politician?
Hey, I'm a vampire, not a monster.
Okay.
Rob Green, everyone. Dracula pauses and waits for David to laugh or react in any way, but Lippman, the bastard, doesn't. Dracula tries doing a sort of jazz hand motion to make sure it's clear it was a joke. Thank you. But David continues to make unwavering eye contact.
Okay, moving on. You have killed people.
I think that is reductive.
In what way is that reductive? People are dead because of you.
Does McDonald's kill people? Does untreated depression kill people? Do guns kill people?
Sure, all that stuff seems true.
No, that stuff is bullshit. People kill people. Think about that. But it's blowing your mind.
Like the slogan of the NRA, that thing.
Exactly. Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it? People kill people. Incredible wordplay.
But also you kill people.
Dracula raises an eyebrow and gets ready to blow David's mind.
Am I a person? No. I'm a vampire, not a person. People kill people. Really makes you think.
That phrase isn't... It's not what you think it is.
People kill people. It's really powerful.
All right, moving on. I talked to Frankenstein and the Wolfman.
Dracula absolutely flips his shit. Those two guys are clearly red button issues.
Those lying motherfuckers have no place in my book. Are you working with them? Get the fuck out of my house.
Scene. Interview with a Dracula. We love it. Rob based that on a real interview with Richard Nixon at the end.
Really? Or
Yeah. We were texting about the other day. He was like, "Oh yeah, I think the interviewer's name might have been David Lippman," and he just like went to like Nixon's mansion, like I think in the '80s, like at the end of his life, and was just like Nixon didn't know he like was going to try to talk about the Nixon thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, just imagine being Richard Nixon being like, "I was a boy in Whittier, California," and everyone's like, "Watergate." Talk about Watergate.
Well, I wouldn't say it was a fine childhood, but it was a childhood.
That was a good Nixon.
Thank you. Yeah, I did a lot in my car.
I should have practiced that.
When I'm doing Nixon, I'm doing the Nixon in Futurama. Like I know that I'm just doing like the head in the jar. Just like the SNL impersonations that are like super successful. It's like Bill Clinton never even did that like thumb thing. That was just like a thing that the SNL guy did, where it's just like the biting of the lip and all that. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's who that guy is," and it's like not even anything they ever did.
Yeah, like anytime someone makes fun of Beyonce, it's always like the Maya Rudolph Beyonce. It's not like
Oh,
Beyonce.
really?
Well, yeah, because who knows how Beyonce talks?
True.
She hasn't done an interview in years.
True. What's the Maya Rudolph one like? Is it just like super like over the top?
It's
Like
the hormone monstrous, just like dialed back a little bit.
that does make sense.
Yeah, she does the same like bee thing. Like it's the same. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, do you know the whole thing about Beyonce's ears?
No.
No, I don't know the first thing about Beyonce's ears.
Her hair is always made so that you can't see her ears because she has massive ears, like huge ears.
Really?
Yeah, look it up. She has crazy big ears.
Now that you're saying it, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think I've seen her ears since maybe like I am ... Sasha Fierce like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
And it's like they're not crazy, but it is like when you think of Beyonce now, it's like the long hair down.
Yep.
Like it's always the long hair down. You never really see the ears.
mm-hmm.
And but Sasha Fierce, she showed the ears. Is that what made her fierce?
Sure. No, that was like before she stopped doing interviews and everything. So that's like she went on. She went on Tyra Banks.
Oh wow, that must have been crazy.
It was crazy. It was like one of her last interviews, and it was like, I'm trying to think. It was like she did a rhyming interview, so she'd be like, Sasha Pierce, what do you have pierced? Sasha.
Oh my god.
It was like literally, if you
That's
look
so
it up,
good.
she did the same thing to Miley Cyrus. It was like, Smiley Cyrus. When was the last time you smiled?
Oh my god.
And there's like, you can look it up now. People have like compilations of them. They're crazy. It's like there's just the only two. They're always on my Instagram.
That's so
like,
good.
Explore page.
That's so good. So Caitlin, you know how like you're super into Inside the NBA and you like you love like Charles Barkley and all these guys, but you don't actually follow basketball.
Yeah.
That's how I am with like the world of like supermodels and Tyra Banks.
Oh, really?
Like I don't know anything about supermodels, but if I ever see Tyra Banks talking, I'm like, everyone shut up. This is gonna be the craziest thing.
She is out of her mind.
She is fucking so entertaining. Like she's insane.
And it was like she was on the perfect time of television where you could like the 2000s where you could like truly do anything.
Yeah.
And it was like we really didn't realize how bad it was. Like
Yeah.
she dressed up, she had like a fat suit and she wanted to be like, I'm gonna see what it's like to be fat.
Oh.
And it's like her in this fat suit like sobbing, being like, this is an awful existence. And then people are like, maybe this is like kind of mean to fat people. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
People actually live like this. You don't have to like put
And
on
she hadn't left her house. She's just looking in the mirror going, I'm hideous.
The amount of like terrible and crazy decisions she made on America's Next Top Model is insane.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for
I
you.
love it so much.
Yeah.
She did a whole competition where she had people do makeup, like play, like model as another race.
Oh, that was
Jeez
the 2000s thing. The 2000s thing was just everyone doing black and white face. And just like there was an entire FX show, you know that? Two families switched races. They did a reality show, and you have to buy like DVDs on Amazon because it's like gone.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But it's like two families switched races, and then they tried to do a reality show following them around doing like
oh, God.
white chicks and reverse white chicks, I guess.
That was the name of the show. White chicks and reverse white chicks. Yeah.
White chicks and blackface.
Yeah, well,
You're
yeah.
like, what's reverse white chicks? I'm like, we have a word for it.
Yeah, I'm going all the way out the other end. Let's do the next sketch. I'm sure it will be way more normal than that. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're calling the game. Zach, you're going to play announcer. Caitlin, you're going to play analyst. And John, you're going to be producer. Oh.
Hello.
I did the sound there. A professional sports broadcast, crowd roaring, whistles blowing, and the threat of corporate sponsor Pepsi hanging in the air. Announcer calls the game while analyst provides the expert color commentary.
And now, back to the action on the field. The Bulldogs are on a bit of a run here, aren't they, Greg?
You're sure right about that, Jeff, and there's no sign they're slowing down.
And remember, this game is sponsored by Papa Gino's. That childhood pizza really hits the damn spot.
Is that the Papa Gino's ad read?
Nope. I just love speaking from the heart about the pizza I love. But Greg, why don't you give us the keys to the game?
Well, first of all, middle linebacker Trenton Gunder is an absolute cuck. Okay.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
He's an absolute cuck. A classic football cuck.
Care to explain that nickname, Greg?
Yeah, he's nuts for the run game. Can stop any power running attack. Crazy for that stuff like a damn cuckoo clock.
That's not what it sounds like. It sounds different.
Hey, sorry I can't impersonate a damn bird.
No apologies necessary, Greg.
I'm here to educate the fans by teaching the game.
And with that, I'd like to remind everyone that off-track betting is really good, and they care about your mom if she's sick. Now a word from our sponsors, Off-Track Betting.
As they cut to commercial break, producer, a high-strung professional, rushes into the room, clipboard in hand.
Okay, so the first note is you need to be nicer to off-track betting.
How is that even possible? We hype their shit like every 5 minutes, and they didn't call when my mom was sick.
I think we can do even more hype.
Shut the fuck up, Greg.
That's the attitude we would need around here, Greg.
He just says whatever you want. I'm trying to do sports journalism here with capital letters because it's serious.
You need to seem more excited about off-track betting, but make it seem less like an ad. You're on in 3, 2, 1.
The guys get back in character, shuffling papers and adjusting their haircuts.
Welcome back. As the Bulldogs' defensive unit takes the field, Greg, what do you think they need to adjust in this quarter?
Let me tell you, Jeff Farino, these guys are a bunch of dykes.
What the hell?
A bunch of leaky dykes letting all the water through, but instead of water, it's other people.
Okay, whatever. They're lining up for the snap, and the snap. Wheeler drops back, dumps it to Maroney, and he's taken down.
These guys are fighting like a bunch of cocks.
Will you give it a rest, Greg? Anyway, now's a great time to remember that Bradley's, the department store, was such a good place. Great place. It was a great place. It smelled cool.
I'm talking gamecocks, fighting like they're protecting themselves from a vicious bitch, which is a female dog.
Announcer actually loses his temper at this one.
Greg, will you relax and stop with that? We're on national television. Time out on the field.
Those cocks are cucked.
Producer is back in the room. He's pissed and doing a big speech like it's an Oscar-winning newsroom, but it's the local sports broadcast booth full of dirtbags.
Listen, we need to pay Bradley's the respect it deserves.
Why are they even advertising? The store's been closed for like 30 years.
Maybe they have fans. I don't know. Just read the copy. Like Bradley is a real guy. You want to be his friend.
Yeah, be nicer to that Brad Lee guy.
Are we going to talk about Greg talking about cucks and cocks?
I'm doing sports analysis.
Yeah, leave Greg alone. He's doing great.
This isn't about sports journalism.
Of course it isn't. None of this is about that shit.
I thought we were trying to find the beauty and the truth in the game.
You fucking moron. Sports is about rock and roll and gambling and being a shitty person.
Yeah, maybe follow Greg's lead and maybe focus on your job at which you are currently sucking ass and better promote the Ocean State job lot.
Yeah, put a little more juice into the Ocean State job lot, Reed.
They're suddenly counted back from commercial. Announcer, a broken man, delivers a bright but hollow return to the game.
And we're back. The Bulldogs are lining up, and there's a quick snap.
Oh, man, they're playing like a bunch of fucking assholes.
Scene. Sports journalism.
I was really in the pocket for that one because I've been watching so many NBA on TNT clips.
Who's your favorite out of the gang?
Oh, man, that's a hard. I mean, I think Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Chuck.
mean he's got that effortless charisma, right? Like he's
I mean their dynamic is the best part of it. You know, the dynamic of the four guys. But like Chuck is my favorite, I think.
I think my favorite era of Inside the NBA was, I forget because it's been so long now, but whenever Shaq joined, he was the last one to kind of join the crew.
Mm-hmm.
And when Shaq joined, there was like a period where him and Chuck had like legit tension between them. Like,
oh yeah.
Because Chuck would just straight up go on TV and call him a gorilla. Like he would just be like, "You're like a big gorilla," and Shaq would like get pissed. And it was just one of those like, "Are these guys actually gonna throw down?" Like,
Can I ask a question?
sure.
Do announcers talk like real people? Because I was like, I thought this is how announcers talked, and then I was like, halfway through, I think I'm just doing Duff Man from the Simpsons.
No, that was really good straight voice. That was like, yeah, I think Duff Man. I think you trying to do Duff Man and that colliding with your actual voice, it just becomes like
a normal straight
man. It was very much. Yeah, you did have that like can't breathe. Oh no.
Yeah, announcers definitely play it up, right? Like they're doing like a voice, right? They don't just go to like Walmart and talk like that.
I mean, it kind of goes back and forth. I feel like the ones who do it a lot, I feel like it becomes their voice. You know what I mean? Like my coworker, her son like went to Syracuse for like sports broadcasting, and he like calls minor league games and stuff. Like he's in that world. And I met him once, and he was just like, "Hello, hi, my name is Gus." And I was like, "Oh no!" Like, and it's coming out of this like 20-year-old like tiny little guy, and I was like, "Oh my god, yeah." It's like I think you fill the role or something, but you just play the part enough, you know.
Do you guys feel like you have podcast voice? Like, do you guys try to talk like because you're like, I'm on a podcast? Like,
I feel like stand up is that even just we hold the mics like we do a stand up. So like,
true.
I think I talk the same as I do stand up. Now, do I do like a stand-up voice? I think maybe. Like I feel like my voice on stage, I am trying to be like.
You have a stand-up voice for sure.
Yeah.
I think it kind of goes with your style of stand-up too.
What, just sort of like.
Very like like short jokes, like very like set up punch traditional style.
I also really like saying actual facts and information. Like my favorite kind of stand up is just like a real piece of trivia followed by a stupid thing I thought about it. Do you think that you try podcast voice, Zack?
No, I think my voice is my voice, but I do think I have like a stand-up voice for sure.
Is it more or less gay?
Same amount of gay, more aggressive, I would say.
Oh,
okay.
interesting.
I would say a little bit more assertive. I would say more top, but same amount of gay. Because there's like a confidence that you have to project.
Right.
Which I think when you use your normal speaking voice, it's like that, but like amped up.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think it is different, but I was like thinking about that because I'm like, I think all of you guys sound like how you normally sound when we talk.
Yeah.
But then it's like, is it different when you're talking, like when we're all talking into a microphone?
I do think that like the basic thing of stand-up being a one-sided conversation, you need to create a conversation where there's only one person talking, which is like inherently, that's the main challenge of it, is like how do you sound like you're in conversation while you're the only one talking, and that has never been a problem for me. 'Cause that's me and every other overconfident straight male blowhard.
That's pretty much what you do even when I'm in the room.
Or to be fair, when you're not in the room.
I know, that's the point.
Let's do the next sketch. I'm such a good boyfriend. Finally.
Donkey basketball.
Somebody,
right.
Brandon Pyers talked about donkey basketball on the show like a few weeks ago. And John was like, I'm going to write a donkey basketball sketch. And I will tell you guys, this is not really about donkey basketball.
It's about the art. You know?
It's about the art. Okay, let's have Caitlin, you play Boss. Zack, you play Phil. And John, you play Dan. On December 21st, 1891, Dr. James Naismith invented basketball. Then on December 23rd, 1891, people started riding the donkeys while running the pick and roll. We open on one of donkey basketball's greatest players, Phil, but he's a low-performing mountain salesman being yelled at in an office.
Hey, Phil, what's up with these sales reports?
Phil looks up. He's drinking coffee, but it's too late in the day to be sipping the stuff.
What month is this?
May. Ever since it stopped being April, numbnuts.
You're getting on me about May? May is not the month to be selling mountains.
Every month is the month to be selling mountains. You went 17 days without a sale.
17 days? Not all of those are business days. I don't work weekends.
You don't work weekends? Well, the mountains sure do.
In December, January, and February, I sold a mountain every day. I was unstoppable.
You know who Babe Ruth is?
Of course, I'm no Democrat socialist.
You know what happened to him the day after he hit his 718th home run?
Yeah, he smoked a lot of cigars and hot dogs by accident.
Maybe, but he struck out twice. Looking. Do you understand?
I don't actually know a lot about baseball.
He was posing for Time magazine instead of swinging the bat, so Steinbrenner fired him.
That sounds made up.
Well, that's what I read in a gossip magazine. They said Steinbrenner was a tiny little baby because it was the 20s.
Dan walks in smiling because he also has Babe Ruth fever.
Dan, how the hell are you?
Pleasure to see you again, Phil. I'm doing great. Just bought some scratch tickets. And who is this?
You don't know who I am? I'm his boss. And who are you? What are you on my mountain sales for?
I'm Dan, head coach of the Lafayette Lions, top squad in Professional Donkey Basketball League.
Donkeys don't play basketball. They play lacrosse.
That's a common misconception because people often confuse donkeys with mules.
Hey, I don't confuse things. I'm really careful about that. Why the fuck are you here?
Thanks to Phil, our team is a 15-time world champion, and I'm here to get him out of retirement.
Phil, you're a 15-time world champion?
It's true. I am a donkey basketball champion.
Then prove it, you idiot.
Dan holds up his hand, and he has so many rings up and down each finger. They're all sparkling in the light.
You see my hardware, old man?
I apologize. I've never seen someone with that much jewelry besides the time I met a pharaoh.
Pharaohs rent their shit. Those rings are leased.
Whatever. But are you sure you want this guy? I mean, he doesn't even work weekends.
Phil was last year's Donkey Basketball Player of the Year, and he won the dunk contest.
Which was contested by a giraffe.
That's correct. The dunk contest has a giraffe playing defense.
I just don't see it. I mean, I am his boss, so I'm pretty smart about everything.
Listen, donkeys are way harder to coach than people. You can't just force them to do cold calls.
Maybe you should figure out how to do that. I hear you're a world champion, but I wouldn't know based on your mountain sales numbers.
Our issue is that Phil won't come out of retirement until he finishes up his contract with you.
I'm pretty sure I have to sell mountains until I die.
Wow, I'm impressed you knew our entire slogan by heart. It's so long.
That's your company's slogan?
Boss, seeing an opportunity for self-advancement, suddenly puts the charm on Dan.
Listen, if you're looking for players, I'm available. People say I have a lot of team spirit and great ball handling skills.
Dan, don't waste your time. This kid can't even ride a donkey. What, you think he could do a donkey alley-oop?
Phil, give him a chance. Listen, Phil's boss, do you know what donkeys eat?
I'm pretty sure tin cans, but since these are champion donkeys, gold cans?
Close. They actually eat oats.
He's not putting Jordans on his donkey. His steed will get New Balance at best.
Does that mean you're coming back? Our team needs you.
What about the donkeys?
They remain indifferent.
Phil seems bummed out at being emotionally rejected by donkeys and gets mad.
Well, I have an obligation. I'm here to sell mountains, not drop huge turds on polished hardwood.
Hey, I got that problem taken care of.
I was talking about the donkeys.
Right. I forgot we were talking about donkey basketball.
I also have an obligation, and my obligation is to tell you that I am pure from the perimeter.
We want Phil. You're just a guy who sells surprisingly high numbers of mountains.
You didn't even ask about my basketball IQ. It's like 1 million.
Listen, Coach. I want to work with people who respect me, who treat me like equals. And I didn't find that with the donkeys.
They're barnyard animals.
Yeah, don't be fucking stupid.
Why do you even want to play donkey basketball?
So I can have sex, you fucking idiot. Chicks dig athletes, and they love animals.
Fine. Then I'm taking over your mountain sales. Now both of you, get out of this place where I sell mountains.
Dan and Boss leave. Dan sits on a bench and puts his head in his hands and starts sobbing.
We're fucked. I'm going to lose my job. My wife's boyfriend is going to assassinate me.
Oblivious, Boss pats him on the shoulder and leaves. He's doing small air jumpers while he walks like a fucking idiot. This team is screwed.
I'll see you Monday at 5 a.m. for practice, Coach.
Fiend scene. It was a sketch about doggy basketball.
I like that they just sell mountains and it's never explained or really has anything to do with the sketch at all.
Yeah. It's.
I need a job. You got to do something.
So you sell mountains?
Yeah, someone's got to do it.
I also was like, oh, maybe it's like a ski thing because the mountain sales are up in the winter. But then I was like, no, I guess mountains are like, we have the same value all year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a variable market.
It's
you know?
very-
You can work remote, you know.
I got to see an economics, so I don't know.
Well, that's the thing is that I got bad grades, and that's why I do economics now, because it's not real science.
I remember they had like an economics final in high school, and they were like, what are the difference between the supply and demand charts for Valentine's Day cards versus apples? And the correct answer was like apples, like the supply changes throughout the year. And with the Valentine's Day cards, like the demand changes throughout the year, which was like the smart thing.
Okay.
And I wrote down, people eat apples as food, so the demand is higher. Not everyone celebrates Valentine's Day.
That's incredible.
Was this in crayon and like the E's are backwards?
This
and
was
there's like
senior year of high school.
I one time was taking a test about in English class senior year about the Scarlet Letter, but I had not yet read the Scarlet Letter. And then one of the questions was like, what secret does this character have? And I just put, he's gay. And then I got the test back, and in the classic red ink, the teacher had put, "Are you kidding me?" Like, actually wrote it out.
Okay, I think it's fucked that English teachers do dirt quizzes because it really does it's like such an asshole move because it makes you look so stupid. I had the same thing happen with To Kill a Mockingbird, and it was like match up the things, and it was like Atticus shoots and kills me, and it was like the dog, and I wrote Scout because I knew it was the dog, but I'm like, Scout sounds like the name of a dog.
Yeah.
And they're like, you fucking idiot. And I'm like, just make us write an essay and give me a 30. I'd rather have that than
yeah, totally. Because it does make you can't bullshit it at all.
No.
Like if it's just like asking you for the information, like almost like trivia style, that just to show that you read it. It's like you're fucked if you didn't read it. Like,
I will say the priest from A Scarlet Letter, kind of gay. He was kind of a homo. So I think you had a point there.
yeah, I should have argued it.
Yeah, with all the knowledge you had of the book.
But unfortunately, I didn't really go to school. So.
Oh yeah, you didn't do that.
Yeah.
Let's do the next sketch.
You just write down Gregory Peck for every answer until you killed Mockingbird.
I love that fucking mockingbird. Okay, we got another two-hander. This one is by the mighty Zack Norton, and it is an odd one. Okay, so let's have Caitlin, you play Jolly, and Zach, you're Patsy. We open on a psych ward's padded cell, and by padded, we mean it's covered with bootleg Paddington DVDs. That means the walls are a checkerboard pattern of Paddington in Peru and Paddington 2 stitched together like a parquet court. Jolly West, a guy with a suitcase full of LSD, sits across from a helpless Patsy who's drinking a cup of water through a straw.
We have some very normal tests for you today. Did you get enough water?
I'm good. Happy to be here. This straitjacket makes me feel less gay than ever.
Okay, let's run some. I cannot say this word.
I was going to have to say it a lot.
Oh no,
Rorschach?
Rorschach. Okay, let's run some Rorschach. Okay, let's run some Rorschach bots.
Classic. Let's go. I'm lymphatically fucked up. Spill the ink, sister.
Jolly West reveals the first Rorschach blot. It looks like the Sherwin-Williams paint logo, but there's an Atlas-type character drinking the paint falling off the globe.
Yeah, I'm seeing, Jesus Christ. Who am I? Am I Jesus Christ?
And this one, what does this look like to you?
Jolly reveals a second Rorschach blot. It looks like a butterfly, like they all do.
Yeah, but another picture of me is Jesus Christ. It's my good side.
Okay, what about this one, eh? Something else?
Jolly, getting visibly annoyed, shows a picture of Patsy himself in an AI filter looking like a Miyazaki character fucking the moon.
Yeah, it's still me as Jesus Christ. Another perfect rendering.
I am feeling less jolly now.
The water you gave me is kicking in. I'm sorry if I disappointed you. Huge apologies that envisioning myself as Christ isn't enough.
Of course it's not enough. You're bringing weak shit to the table.
I'm trying. Will you cut me some slack?
I killed an elephant with LSD. Of course you're boring compared to a dying and then dead elephant on acid.
Well, you heard what Freud said about the Irish, right?
No, I've never read Freud. Getting drugs for zoo animals is really time-consuming, so I don't do any other shit, including reading.
Okay, well, I see myself as Christ in everything. On a barroom coaster.
Boring.
In a shadow of a set of high school bleachers.
Get over it. Oh my God. Try a new thing.
I see myself as a hot guy being crucified, basically everywhere.
Stop. I don't care. I kill elephants with hallucinogens and feel nothing.
Oh, I once saw Christ, who I am, in an elephant's dry skin. Front right leg, if that means anything to you.
You're a goddamn liar. Stop bullshitting me.
A blind monk corroborated this story, which means it's real for Catholics.
Your file said you weren't religious.
I'm not. I just see myself as Christ in things. It's like Where's Waldo for me. You wouldn't get it.
Jolly is super pissed at this because he's really sensitive about people treating him like he's a CIA big shot.
Hey, I'm Jolly West, and I'm the fucking king freak with the... Okay. Hey, I'm Jolly West, and I'm the fucking king freak with a silly name around here. I run this town by being an absolute sick fuck with a bunch of LSD.
I'm sorry. Apologies. I know that's your thing. I overstepped.
I'm very important. I once won a game of poker with Richard Nixon, and he had to reach into the pocket of a corpse to settle the bet.
Look, maybe it's the acid kicking in, but I just have to say, what's your whole deal here? Like, did you get beat up as a kid?
Jolly, meanwhile, has flipped another Rorschach blot. This one shows Shiva the Destroyer riding a motorcycle into hell, but it's different than the Meatloaf album cover.
When I was 9 years old, my father abandoned me at a Barnum and Bailey big circus tent. And an elephant hung me from a maypole by my pants.
Holy shit, are you serious?
Everyone pointed and laughed at me, even the elephants.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
The elephants pointed at me with their trunks.
Patsy is tripping balls, and he's lying in the corner of the padded cell like the Joker.
So that's the whole thing with you? An elephant pranked you?
It was on the local news, and that's when I knew my mission in life was killing elephants with acid.
None of this is true. You just take a weird pride in poisoning people.
All of this is kind of true, and the second thing is definitely true. Now, what do you see here?
Jolly flips another Rorschach, which is a vibrating ball of man's worst desires. The sound is so loud and growing louder by the second. Fiend, scene!
Okay.
Normal, chill, cool, fun. Zach Norton, everybody. Let's do the last sketch. We'll round things out with a very nice adoption. Okay, let's see here. Caitlin, you play mom. Zach, you play son. And John, you play mom.
Ooh.
No, I'm mom.
Oh, yeah, sorry. John, your dad.
Two moms.
Not in this country.
Yeah. I didn't sign up for this fag shit.
Zach said that.
Yeah, if you're hearing this voice, this is the voice of Tom Crowley. This is what Tom Crowley sounds like regularly.
Fuck, the Spotify transcript is going to be brutal.
You learn how to do as Richard Nixon. I'm like, oh, fuck.
All right, John, you play dad.
I am not a fag. That's still Kermit the Frog.
It's close. You got the cadence, though.
Gay icon Kermit the Frog.
Kinda.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, everyone definitely knows who they are. Mom and dad sit their 15-year-old son down at the kitchen table. It's clearly a serious family conversation, after-school special type stuff.
Timmy, your father and I need to talk with you.
Sure thing, Ma. What's going on?
Well, Tim, there's no easy way to hear this, but you're adopted.
But we love you all the same, and that's what's really important.
I'm adopted?
Timmy's head is spinning while mom and dad rush to reassure him that he's still a treasured baby.
Oh, honey, that's true, but we love you as much as any parent.
More than a lot of them. I know that because we watch local news. A lot of bad parents.
This is such a heavy thing. So you guys just, I guess, picked me at random?
Oh, no, honey, not at all. It's not like that.
You were conceived and then born to us, your biological parents.
But we're putting you up for adoption.
What the fuck? I'm 15 years old.
Yeah, still a minor.
It's totally legal in every sense of the word, totally.
Mom, Dad, why the fuck are you giving me up for adoption?
It's not your fault.
I mean, it's kind of his fault.
Don't say that.
No, tell me, Dad. Why is it my fault?
I mean, you were never really into dirt bikes. They really let me down.
You never mentioned dirt bikes in my entire fucking life.
Well, we wanted you to get into it on your own, naturally.
Yeah, otherwise it just seems phony.
Timmy stands up, distraught, but also super pissed off.
So you're kicking me out? Are you that fucking heartless? To your own son?
Former son. Technically.
You have to understand our perspective, Timothy.
Your perspective that you wanted a kid who loved dirt bikes?
That's exactly it. You were never cool, so we're reselling you like it's damn Craigslist.
Is this a joke? Are you sending me to some camp? Is it one of those things?
Nope, no. Whole new family.
Please, you have to. I'll do anything. Please don't do this.
Sorry, Timbo. That's what we decided on.
Because of the dirt bike thing.
Why would that be the fucking reason?
I read it in a dirt biking book.
At that moment, there's a knock on the front door. Son starts to shuffle towards the back.
Honey, relax. That's probably your new family from the internet.
That's what has me freaked out, Mom.
You know what's relaxing? Dirt bikes.
There's another, more insistent knock, and a voice comes piercing through the door. Timothy, are you in there?
Oh, my God.
I can hear you. Timothy, be honest.
What the
Be
fuck is that?
honest.
He sounds nice.
Yeah, I wonder what he looks like.
You've never met this guy?
Well, we gave you up for adoption. We didn't interview the people adopting.
Yeah, that'd be fucking stupid.
Well, this guy sounds like a fucking ghoul.
Timothy, I can hear you, and I don't like it very much.
That wasn't me. It was Tom Crowley who said that.
Timothy, don't say that. Be honest.
Come on, Timmy. Be polite. That's your new dad.
That's right, Timmy. I'm your new dad.
Are you trying to get me killed?
Timmy makes a break for the back door, and his biological father makes a last-ditch effort to get him to stay.
Timmy, come back. This guy doesn't even care about the dirt bike thing.
I'm out of here. This fucking sucks.
Wait a minute. This kid doesn't like dirt bikes?
Not even a little bit. He's got no class.
Timmy, are your parents being honest?
Why can't I just have a regular bike?
Just put a motor on it. Maybe some new wheels.
Fine. I'll turn my bicycle into a motorized dirt bike.
All the parents and prospective parents involved burst into a huge cheer. Hey! Raising the roof and stuff.
That's my boy.
This is the best news of my life.
Timmy, I'm still your new dad. This doesn't change anything.
That's true.
He is now legally your father, honey.
Shit. I'm screwed.
And that's how Timmy, dirt bike Tuttle, hit the road at the age of 15 with nothing but a bindle stick and $100,000 in treasury bonds that he stole from his former parents. Scene! Classic adoption. This happens every day in American households. I knew. See, I knew there was going to be some use for that voice someday.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's my Caitlin like fucking runs screaming. I'll just be like, Caitlin, be honest.
I hate it so much.
It's so good. It's like kind of giving like American Horror Story like creepy ghoul from the 50s, 60s.
Yeah,
like,
very Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it does. Everyone does have that like, I'm gonna set myself on fire if you don't stop doing that voice right now.
The voice is producer of the Monster Mash.
Yeah.
I was up late writing sketches.
I'll be coming in sketch 1 next time I'm here. I'll be doing that voice. And then it will turn into an Italian voice for some reason.
And then at the end you'll be like, was that too gay? And we'll be like, it was too everything else.
It was too incoherent. We really couldn't. The faccent was the least of our problems.
And that was the Big Hollywood Table Read. We did it again somehow. We brought cinema to life. Zach Stewart, thank you so much for doing the show again, man.
Thank you for having me. This is the most fun podcast ever.
Oh,
so
my God.
I'm
Glad you think
happy
so,
to be
because we'll
here.
keep asking you to come back because you are a superstar. Do you have anything you want to plug? This probably comes out in like 3 weeks, I would say, but like any sort of shows, appearances?
I have a show at Off Cabot and a show at Roar in Springfield the 20th and 21st.
Great.
So that might be after this comes out. If not, you can just follow me on Instagram.
There we go. Follow him. Link in the bio.
What's
but yeah.
your Instagram name?
Zach Stewart Comedy.
There we go.
That would be important.
Zach Stewart. Yeah.
I was like, it'll be in the bio.
It will be in the write-up at the show. But yeah.
You can follow me at Italian Dracula.
Please fax me.
Just shout his name and he will appear.
John just has people send him faxes and say, I like you. You're funny. I'm a fan.
No number? Oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, this is Big Hollywood Table Read. John and Caitlin, I think we did a good job.
I think we did.
We did it. We'll rate, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies, and yeah, we'll be back next week as always. Bye. Coming back. Coming back.